Imagine a version of you that gives his all every single day, who doesn't gives in to procrastination, wastes no time in pursuit of pleasure, and gets better at 10 times the rate of his competitors. How would your life change if each and every day you performed up to your full potential? What would be different 6 months, 3 years, and 5 years down the road if each day you were at your best? In this video, I am going to show you the exact step-by-step way to get ahead of 99%. I'll give you the playbook to achieve the results in just 3 months that others achieve in 12 months or more. I will also show you how to avoid getting too comfortable and losing your drive. Be ready, because today I will unwrap the secrets of top performers in a way that allows you to align your thinking and your actions to produce staggering results. There's a study that reveals financial industries make almost 40% of their yearly sales at the end of the year, in November and December. During this time, companies often see their revenue increase by fourfold. This increase is often attributed to the company's employees. During this period, employees experience a time of high productivity and effectiveness, noticing a 5-fold increase in their ability to get things done. Activity is up and people are busy doing. They procrastinate less and stay focused on getting business in and completing important tasks. But what's that magical thing about the year end that pushes people to call on their very best? Why do people behave differently in November and December than they do in July and August? Well, the end of the year is like a checkpoint where we assess our progress throughout the whole year. During this period, people have almost no time to procrastinate, make excuses, and avoid doing meaningful tasks. So, they dive into action. They feel a strong surge to cross the finish line before time runs out. It's the deadline that creates the urgency. Year-end is an exciting and productive time, but the problem is that this urgency exists for just a handful of weeks. Wouldn't it be great if you could create that energy, focus, and commitment every week throughout the year? Well, you can, and it's an uncomplicated and powerful technique that you can start using from this moment to increase your productivity by 10x. When we act with a yearly goal in mind, we become soft and fluffy. We mistakenly believe that there is a lot of time left in the year, and we act accordingly. We lack a sense of urgency, not realizing that every week is important, every day is important, every moment is important. Forget about setting yearly goals. Let's redefine a year. A year is no longer 12 months. It is now only 12 weeks. Think about the implications of a 12-week year. The excitement, energy, and focus that happen every December now happen continuously, because there's nothing like a deadline to get you motivated. The great thing about having a 12-week year is that the deadline is always near enough that you never lose sight of it. It provides a time horizon that is long enough to get things done, yet short enough to create a sense of urgency and a bias for action. It's human nature that we behave differently when a deadline approaches. We procrastinate less, we reduce or eliminate avoidance activity, and we focus more on the things that matter. Success is difficult. It's a journey of constant battle, with obstacles and roadblocks, but most often with oneself. It requires some really difficult sacrifices, and the number one thing you have to sacrifice to be great is your comfort. There'll be countless days when you just won't feel like taking action on your plan. To help you stay on track, you will need a powerful reason why, and that's your vision. It is your personal vision that keeps you in the game when things become difficult. Some people, especially type A people, think that vision is fluff. Those who think about vision this way tend to leap past the question of purpose and dive into action. The problem is that when the going gets difficult, it is harder to stay committed to the work in the long run because there is no compelling reason, no persuasive why. I'm guessing you already have a vision in your mind. If you do, this part will show you how to strengthen your vision so any comfort against it will lose its grip. And if you don't, you can create it from here. Now, the first rule of creating a vision is to dream fucking big. Big enough that it makes you uncomfortable. A small vision doesn't call on our best efforts. We don't have to reach and we don't sacrifice our comfort. A small vision might be achievable, but we leave our best undelivered. Now really don't overthink the process. In time, the vision you have will keep expanding, so anything will do to start. Now let's get a little tactical. Based on your long-term vision, what do you want to create over the next 3 years? Describe in as much detail as possible what a great life would look like 3 years from today. The more specific you are at this stage, the easier it will be to follow the next step, where I'll show you how to achieve the bigger visions you have and achieve this 10 times faster than others. But before, to get the most out of this, at the end of each day, take a few minutes to reflect on the progress that you made today. Did it move you forward, or was it filled with activity that wasn't related to your vision? Resolve to be intentional in your actions to make progress on your vision. Once you have that vision, now it's time to plan how to reach your goal. Hear me out. I know you're gonna think this is BS, because most people have a bias of action and they don't realize the powerful tool they're missing out on. While an action bias can be a good thing because the physical universe will not respond to your desires, no matter how passionate or intense they are. The one thing that moves the universe is action, and it is the consistent action that turns a dream into reality. But it can also get in the way of effective execution. Most people also think that they know what to do, so they don't need any plans. But that's simply not true. There is almost always a gap between what people know and what they do. For example, many people want to get into better physical shape, and virtually all of them know that it takes a healthy diet and exercise, but sadly, most people don't ever become more fit. That's because simply knowing what to do just isn't enough. The world is noisy, the unexpected happens, distractions arise, our innate desire for comfort tugs at us, and we lose focus on the things that we know we should do. An effective plan takes time to create, and it requires some hard work. But by taking time to plan up front, you separate yourself from the mediocre and set yourself up for domination. The plan defines the actions that you will need to take each week of the 12 to reach your goal. It's really nothing more than that. If a plan doesn't help you execute better, it's not a good plan. Remember your 3-year vision? The 12-week plan is just a derivative of it, which I'll explain later. The number one thing that stops people from getting better is their lack of clarity. We see plans all the time that are missing steps, lump complicated time-consuming processes into a single tactic, and have actions out of sequence. It goes like, I will work every day from today to reach my goals. A good plan starts with a good goal. So based on your 3-year goal, what do you want to achieve in 12 weeks? The more specific and measurable your 12-week goals, the easier it will be to write a solid 12-week plan. Actions make all the difference in a plan. For each of your goals, define the highest priority daily and weekly actions that you must take to reach that goal. In order to do this, it might be helpful to brainstorm on a separate sheet of paper all the things you could do, and then select the ones that will have the greatest impact. Break down your 12-week goals into as clear actions as you possibly could. For example, your 3-year goal might be getting in shape. Based on this, your 12-week goal might be to lose some fat. Now, break that 12-week goal into weekly actions. That could be exercising for 5 hours per week. Then, break it down into daily actions, which is to exercise for 45 minutes every day. Make sure to always make them specific and measurable so that you're clear about what you'll do and when you'll do it. Once you've created your weekly plan, you will want to use it daily to keep you on track with the activities that are most important to achieving your goals. Check in with your weekly plan first thing each morning, once or twice throughout the day, and before you go home. When you learn to guide your daily activity based on your weekly plan, you will begin to experience truly breakthrough performance. Planning can be quite difficult for someone attempting to do it for the first time. Sometimes it can take hours or even days to craft a good plan. So, to save you hours of trial and error, I've created an easy and effective planning template that you can access from the description. It's yours for free. Ever wondered why sports are so motivating? In fact, not only are they motivating to the players, but also to spectators. Can you imagine people, fans, coming to watch you work, paying for the privilege to see you in action? One of the key reasons sports are so stimulating is that we keep score. But not only measuring results is motivating, it provides a feedback loop that is essential. If you want to improve and improve 10 times faster than others, the more you track your progress in activity, the more chance you have of improving. You've probably seen people who are stuck in their position for years and can't move any further, whether it's in sports, where the athlete can't seem to break through to the next level, or in business, where someone struggles to increase their earnings beyond 10K a month. They think there's something wrong with them when, in reality, they just don't take the necessary feedback to improve. The more you track, the quickly you can identify areas for improvement, and you can get better at a faster rate. Without measurement, there is no way for you to know if you are making progress. Without measurement, there is no way for you to know what adjustments would be productive. There are 2 types of measurements, lead and lag. Lead indicators are the actions you take each day to reach your goals. Lag indicators are the results you get at the end, such as income, sales, and pounds lost. While you have to look at both to make adjustments, I recommend focusing wholeheartedly on the lead indicator. It is critical that you measure execution. The easiest but most effective way to measure is to go to your 12-week plan and look at how many actions you have completed. So if you've completed 7 actions out of 10 that week, you have completed almost 70% of the weekly task. Do not focus on perfection. Focus on getting better. If you execute a minimum of 85% of the actions due in your weekly plan each week, you are very likely to hit your goals at the end of the 12 weeks. If you scored low, sit down and focus on how you can get 5% better next week, not how you can complete 100% of the task, because perfection is a myth. Once you have that ultimate vision, the most efficient plan to get there, and a system for getting better and not stopping like I showed you, you're going to smoke your competition.